Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video, and in today's video I want to be going over my settings, and also I really wanted to be talking about in this video when it comes to, the hertz on your monitor, the frame per second that you play in, because recently, if you guys have seen any of my Snapchat stories or anything like that, I did just get a 240 hertz monitor, so I really wanted to talk about that in this video because I was playing on 144 for the longest time. So I finally switched over to 240, and I really want to talk about the difference and even if it's worth switching to. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and also subscribe to my second channel. The link for that will be in the description or the pinned comment. Turn on my post notifications and as well comment down below your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, if you guys would like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go over to the item shop, go down to support a creator, type in my code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. I really do appreciate all you guys who do add me. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so here I want to show you guys the current settings that I'm using here for Fortnite. So in my settings, I haven't really changed much since last time, but I did change my sensitivity back down. But as you guys see, the one thing I did want to talk about in this video a lot was the FPS, and to just let you guys know how I thought about the 240 hertz monitor that I got as compared to like 144 and to 60, and really give my full opinion on that. So here's just the settings that I have. So here's just like the picture ones, and then here we have my sensitivity, targeting, building, everything like that. Haven't really changed too much, did lower my sensitivity just a little bit, back to where I had it a while ago. And so here are just my other settings that I had for controller. So as you guys know, I did get the 240 hertz monitor. It came in today, the day that I'm making this video. So the one thing that So basically now I can see up to 240 frames, but if you guys look up in the top, I do have my FPS, and most of the times if I'm not in a gunfight, it'll be at 240, but if I'm in a gunfight or looking in certain directions, it'll drop to like 215. The lowest I see, it's like 190, so I still play definitely above what I had before. I used to have a 144, and that's what I was playing for the longest time. And of course, when you're on console, the max you can have is 60, which is a huge difference from 144 or 240. So definitely a game changer when it comes to those differences in the amount of frames that you can get on your monitor. But when it comes to FPS, it really is a make or break for Fortnite. It's just one of those things that's super important and really makes a huge difference. And I know a lot of people say it's not really that much of a difference between 144 and like a 240 hertz monitor, which I do agree to an extent. And also you do have to look at price point. When it comes to 240 hertz monitors, you're paying about $500 for it, and the reason why I got one is because I found one on sale. I got like $180 off, so I got it for like just over $300, which really isn't that bad considering for that type of monitor, because like I said, those usually go for about $500, which is absolutely insane. I probably wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't for that sale. And then like the 144 hertz monitors, you can probably pick one up for in the 200s range, probably like mid 200s for like a really good one. So definitely a huge difference when it comes to price. But for me personally, since I was playing on 144 for quite a long time, I pretty much had 144 for probably like 3 to 4 months. So I got pretty used to it, so I knew exactly how it felt. So when I played on the 240, I definitely noticed a difference right away. And it wasn't like the crazy difference between 60 and 144, but I definitely noticed a difference that for sure in game it would definitely help me out quite a bit. And because it's just a little bit smoother than the 144. And just to give you guys a better perspective, so here on the screen I have the milliseconds per refresh rate for 60 hertz, and that's just going to be 16.6, and then for the 144 it's 6.9. so as you can see, from 60 hertz to 144, it is pretty big of a jump. I remember when I first got it, it was completely night and day. So for those guys who are on PC who don't yet play on 144 hertz, I'd highly recommend it. It will make such a difference and you'll notice it right away. But you can see the difference between 144 and 240. 240, it's 4.16. And so the difference between 144 and 120 really isn't that significant of a jump, because you can see between 60 and 144, it's way more than 144 from 240, but there definitely is a difference there. And for those guys who do play on 144, you'll notice it right away. And for a lot of you guys who don't play on 240, you probably wouldn't be able to really spot the difference between 144 and 240, just because it isn't that significant of a jump. But for those of you guys who do play on 144, you definitely will notice a little bit, and it's not like a crazy amount, but for me, it's something that I definitely notice, and I'm pretty sure will help me out quite a bit. I was playing a lot better, and maybe I would just run into easy lobbies, but I was playing a lot better. I felt I had a little bit more control than I normally did, which is true because, you know, I am playing on a much higher frame rate. So I definitely felt quite a bit of difference, and I'm glad I switched. And when it comes to the price point, when it comes to the difference, I would say I would probably have to go with the 144, and like I said, the reason why I got the 240 because it was on sale. So I ended up getting it for just over $300. It was like $340, somewhere in that range. But when it comes to the price and when it comes to the frame rates, your best bang for your buck is going to be for 144, because you can get one of those monitors for about mid $200, but if you find it on sale, you could probably find it for $200 or maybe just below $200. So when it comes to the best bang for your buck and the best bargain, you're probably better off getting a 144 hertz monitor. And when it comes to hertz and frame rates, and this really only applies for those of you guys who play on PC, because if you play on console, the max you can have is only 60, so it really doesn't make any sense to get a higher refresh rate monitor, because it isn't going to make a difference whatsoever on your game, because you can't see those type of frames anyway. But for those of you guys who do play on higher frames, but also you do have to keep in mind, for those of you guys who do play on PC, that your PC can even run those high of frames, and it's really not that significantly high. But for those of you guys who do have a little bit less expensive computer, then you definitely want to try to see what FPS you can get anyways, or you probably have to end up upgrading something in your computer. I'm not the best when it comes to computers, so I didn't know exactly what, but you definitely would have to upgrade some part of your computer to be able to run those higher frames. And one thing that might be happening late next year, so they're going to be coming up with like the PS5 and whatever the new Xbox is, they're coming out with that. I think the release date is going to be like next December, so not like in 2 months, like more like a year and a half. So it's not going to come out for a very long time, but I think they are increasing the maximum frames, because it used to be only 60. So they might be making the maximum frame rate you can get for your Xbox and PS4. Well, in the new ones, you might be able to get upwards of 120 frames, which is a lot better than 60, because now since I've been playing on 144 and 240, going back to 60 FPS is really, really bad. It feels super choppy, super laggy. But when they do make the jump, and I do believe they're going to make it 120 frames, that is going to be a huge difference, and something that's I'm definitely going to look forward to. So when it comes to playing on console, it won't be as bad, because when it comes to playing on PC, I pretty much only play Fortnite on PC, so it would be nice to have those kind of better frames. I won't be able to have the 240, but I will be able to have better frames when I do play on console, which is going to be a lot more enjoyable, just because I'm so used to playing on better frames. So when I go back to the older frames, it's just not as good, and it's just not as enjoyable as it used to be playing on console, because it just feels super laggy just with just the way the frame rate is. But that's just how it is, and hopefully when the next Xbox and PS5 comes out, it'll be a lot smoother and a lot easier to play on. So I did make a similar video like this quite a while ago, probably a couple months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I talked about the difference between 60, 140, and 240, but at that time I never played on 240, it was just off of what I've heard. But now I'm playing on 240, I can say I definitely did notice a decent amount of difference. It wasn't like the craziest amount, but I definitely did notice a little bit of difference in my game, and I'm glad that I end up switching to the 240. But as far as price point, when it comes to something that's $200 versus something that's $500, I don't really know if it's worth the extra $300 you'd be paying for it. So that is something to keep in mind. And with that being said, that's wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.